What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Commander's Lair. It's of course Joey here with another deck tech, and again I'll be doing a subscriber suggested deck tech, this time from Samuel, who asked for a split tribal deck tech from Yidris. So basically using the split cards, so these the cards that are kind of not two-sided, but there's two options on them and you can pick either one, because as he mentions that they the CMC of the cost is the two spells combined. So if a split card for let's say bound and determined, its CMC is technically 7, even though one costs 5 and one costs 2. So you could cast that for the 2 mana and Cascade for 7 mana, and get something big off your top of your deck, which could be really fun payoff. And so basically that's how we're building the deck. The way that I was just explaining Yidris. So Yidris is blue, black, red, and green. So every color but white for 4 mana for a 5/4 with trample. And whenever Yidris Maelstrom Wielder deals combat damage to a player, as you cast spells from your hand this turn, they gain Cascade. So obviously, what we're going to be doing is connecting through for damage with them, and then giving our spells Cascade. And Cascade is whenever you cast a spell, exile cards on the top of your library until you exile a non-land card that costs less, and you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Put the exiled card on the bottom of your library in a random order. So basically, say we cast that bound and determined for 7 mana, technically, we will Cascade until we hit anything that's less than 7 mana, and we can cast it without paying its mana cost, which, so we can cheat out some stuff even if we paid really low mana cost on the card, and that's exactly what we'll be doing here. The great things about these split cards is that we don't need to run them just to be running them. We can play them at, any kind of value slot in our deck that is required. For example, we can use them as ramp with cards like Road and Return, so Road and Ruin, so it's 2 and a green for an instant, search your library for a basic land card, put the card at the battlefield, tap, then shuffle, and then Ruin is 1 red for a sorcery with Aftermath, so you can cast a spell only from your graveyard and then exile it. So we can cast it from our graveyard whether it's put there normally or whether it's put there after we've cast Road. And it has Ruin deals damage to target creature equal to the number of lands you control. So potentially it's it's a nice kill spell there. We can use it to burn out a creature and kill them. But also at the same time, that first side is a ramp spell, so we can, even though we can use that as a ramp spell and also use it to Cascade for 6 mana, even though it only costs 3 for us. And otherwise we can also draw cards. So Reason and Believe. So Reason is 1 blue mana and it's sorcery and scry 3, and then Believe is 4 and a green for a sorcery with Aftermath. And look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, you reveal it and put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, put the card into your hand. So again, we can Cascade it for that 6 mana using Yidris, or also we can just use it to draw some cards. Look at the top cards. You need to put us a creature onto the battlefield, get us some extreme value through that, or even just scry as well, which is just getting extra value by using these cards that are split cards to help that cascading, but at the same time also just get us value from drawing cards and ramping and whatnot. And then obviously, as Yidris needs to connect for damage for his ability to work, and he is a 5/4, so it's quite big, and he gets trample, so that's a decent way of getting through. However, it's not kind of determined that 100% that he's going to get through, because it's quite easy for someone to block him. So anything that gives him unblockable, like Aether Tunnel, it's 1 in the blue for an enchantment aura, has enchant creature, enchant there's +1/+0 and can't be blocked. So if Yidris can't be blocked, obviously he'll get through for damage every time, which is really nice. This is the same as Aqueous Form or any of the other cards that can do this type of thing. However, there are some other ways. Deep Channel Mentor is 5 and a blue for a 2/2 and has blue creatures you control are unblockable, so another great way to do that. And then Driven and Despair is just another great split card that does that. So it's 1 and a green for Driven. It's a sorcery until end of turn with creatures you control gain trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So we can draw cards through that. It has trample obviously already. And then Despair is 1 and a black for a sorcery with Aftermath, and until end of turn, creature control gain Menace, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card. So obviously, Menace and Trample, it's going to be really, really easy for us to get through for damage there. And then Trailblazer's Boots is 2 generic for an artifact equipment, and equipped creature has non-basic land walk, so it's unblockable as long as defending player controls a non-basic land, which this is Commander, they're going to have a non-basic land, and it has equipped for 2. So just anything that's going to make you just connect through and hit for them, which is going to trigger our ability and make sure our deck's always online, so we're playing 15 of those effects. So really the win con for this deck is just going to be outvaluing our opponents with all the, Cascade and all the free cast we're doing. Potentially you can kill through Yidris with commander damage, although that's very unlikely. So basically that's what we're going to be doing, is basically just, outvaluing your opponents by free casting heaps of cards. If you did want to include specific, kind of bombs to hit off Yidris, you could. However, I found that was a bit difficult because, the chance of you hitting another split card that just has a high CMC as well might take it away from you. However, I still have some of them. I know Altasaur's 5 green for a 6/5 with Reach and Trample and Cascade. So, it's another big, creature that can Cascade us and get us free casts, similar to Maelstrom Colossus, which, is just the way that we might be able to win the game. Sweet Gum Recluse is 4 green for an 0/3 with Flash, Cascade, and Reach. Whenever Sweet Gum Recluse ETBs, put 3/1 counters on each of any number of target creatures that ETB this turn. So just again, a nice, big creature that we can, trigger off Yidris or if these Cascade effects and, just get on the battlefield for free. I haven't included much of them because most of it is just, some interesting split cards that do have cool effects. Thank you guys so much for watching. This will do it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I hope, Samuel, that you like this deck tech. Thank you guys also so much for watching. Make sure to like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want to see more, comment your thoughts or any deck techs you would like me to make for you personally, and I'll see you guys all next time. Thanks for all the support.